Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. RBI keeps repo rate unchanged at 6.5% to introduce framework allowing borrowers to switch to fixed interest rates from floating interest rates. Central Bank raises per transaction limit for UPI Lite to 500 rupees from existing 200 rupees to promote digital transactions. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says despite global headwinds, India is among the fastest growing economies in the world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reply to no confidence motion in Lok Sabha around 4 p.m. today. And US President Joe Biden bans American investments in key technology industries that could enhance China's military capabilities. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has kept the key interest rate unchanged for the third time in a row. Announcing the bi-monthly monetary policy, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das said the Monetary Policy Committee MPC unanimously decided to keep the repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Repo rate is the rate at which the RBI lends money to commercial banks.
The Monetary Policy Committee decided unanimously to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Consequently, the standing deposit facility, that is SDF rate, remains at 6.25% and the marginal standing facility, that is MSF rate, and the bank rate stand at 6.75%. The MPC also decided by a majority of 5 out of 6 members to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation progressively aligns with the target while supporting growth.
The RBI has revised the CPI inflation target for current fiscal to 5.4%. It has projected real GDP growth for 2023-24 fiscal at 6.5%. The RBI governor said the central bank has proposed to put in place a framework allowing borrowers to switch to fixed interest rates from floating interest rates.
It is proposed to put in place a transparent framework for reset of interest rates on floating interest loans. The framework will require the regulated entities to, number one, clearly communicate with borrowers for resetting the tenor and or the EMI. Number two, provide options for switching to fixed rate loans or foreclosure of loans. 3. Disclose various charges incidental to the exercise of the options. And 4. Ensure proper communication of key information to the borrowers.
The Reserve Bank of India has also proposed to increase per transaction limit to 500 rupees from 200 rupees for UPI Lite in offline mode, but overall limit of small value digital transaction limit is kept unchanged at 2,000 rupees. Mr. Das said the central banks also announced other measures to further deepen the reach and use of digital payments in the country.
It is proposed to enable conversational payments on UPI, which will enable the users to engage in conversation with artificial intelligence-powered systems to make payments. Introduce offline payments on UPI using near-field communication technology through UPI Lite on-device wallet. Enhance the transaction limit for small-value digital payments in offline mode from Rs 200 to Rs 500 within the overall limit of Rs 2,000 per payment instrument.
The Rajya Sabha was adjourned till 2 p.m. The Lok Sabha also witnessed one adjournment till 12 noon on the Manipur violence and other issues. In the Rajya Sabha, when the House met for the day, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar disallowed the adjournment notices moved by the opposition members on Manipur violence and other issues. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, raised the issue of stalemate in the House over discussion on Manipur violence. He said he has approached opposition parties to find a common ground to end the logjam, but they are adamant on the demand of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement in the House. He rejected the demand of Mr. Modi's statement and accused the opposition of not willing to end the ongoing logjam. Tiruchi Shiva of the DMK said opposition were demanding discussion on Manipur issue under Rule 267 by suspending all the business of the House, while the government is insisting to have a short duration discussion under 176. He added that now the opposition is offered to have a discussion under Rule 167, which is related to discussion on a matter of public interest. Leader of the opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, also echoed a similar view, saying opposition is ready to have a discussion under Rule 167 on Manipur violence issue, and the Prime Minister should also make a statement in the House over it. Later, the House witnessed sloganeering and counter-sloganeering between Treasury and opposition bench members, leading to adjournment of the House till 2 p.m. In the Lok Sabha, discussion is underway on the no-confidence motion. Intervening in the discussion, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said, despite global headwinds, India has now become the fastest-growing economies in the world due to the transformative governance and policy reforms initiated by the government since 2014.
दुनिया में 5 सबसे नाजुक इकोनॉमी के लिस्ट करते हुए भारत का भी उसमें जोड़ा। 2013 इंडिया वाज डिक्लेयर्ड एज अ फ्रेजाइल इकोनॉमी। सी मॉर्गन स्टैनली आज भारत को अपग्रेड करते हैं, भारत को हायर रेटिंग देते हैं। सिर्फ 9 साल में हमारे सरकार की पॉलिसी के वजह से आर्थिक सुधार हुआ, कोविड के बावजूद भी सुधार हुआ और आज हम देश सबसे फास्टेस्ट growing economy.
Talking about the steps taken by the government to improve the condition of public sector banks, Ms. Sitharaman stressed that gross non-performing assets are at a decadal low.
Public sector banks have record profit of over 1 lakh crore. हमारे public sector banks आज 1 lakh crore से ज़्यादा मुनाफा कमा रहे हैं. Gross NPAs and net NPAs are at a decadal lows. And हमारे बैंकों के जो डिविडेंड सरकार को पहुंचता है, वो जन कल्याण के लिए उपयोग करते हैं हम.
The minister also said India is now witnessing high growth and low inflation, wherein the country witnessed high inflation and low growth during the UPI rule.
मगर आज every crisis and every adversity has been changed into a reform and an opportunity. उसके वजह से आज हम high growth, low inflation में रह रहे हैं, whereas UPA के समय low growth और high inflation का कैरेक्टर. जनता ने no confidence UPA के खिलाफ 2014 में और 2019 में उठाए और उनको हराए. वही हालत होगा.
Later, members from the Congress, DMK and others staged a walkout from the House. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will reply to the discussion in the Lok Sabha around 4 p.m. today. Early in the day when the House met this morning, opposition members raised the issue of alleged less screen time by Sunset TV to opposition members during discussion on no-confidence motion yesterday. Responding to it, Speaker Om Birla said the matter has been brought to his notice and he will look into it. Later, members from Congress, DMK, TMC and others trooped into the well, raising slogans on the Manipur issue. Amid ruckus, Mr. Birla adjourned the House till 12 noon. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar today convened an all-party meeting at his chamber in Parliament to discuss the way forward on smooth conduct of the business in the upper house. Leader of the House and BJP leader Piyush Goyal, Jairam Ramesh and Pramod Tiwari of the Congress, Keshav Rao of BRS, Tiruchi Shiva of the DMK, Priyanka Chaturvedi of Shiv Sena UBT, Binoy Vishwam of the CPI, Virendra Prasad Vaishya of AGP, Jan Chaudhary of RLD, Sukhendu Shekhar Roy of TMC attended the meeting. Union Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal has clarified that the government has nothing to do with the alleged less screen time given to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi by Sunset TV during a discussion on no-confidence motion in the Lok Sabha yesterday. Mr. Meghwal was talking to media outside Parliament.
इतना उनको बुलवाना था और बोल सकते थे, हमें तो कोई आपत्ति नहीं थी, लेकिन हमारी तरफ से 25-1 मिनट मुझे लगता है बहुत शांति से भाषण उनका सुना. जब उन्होंने भारत माता पे आरोप लगाने की कोशिश की तो हमारे यहाँ से लोग उत्तेजित हुए. वो स्वाभाविक भी था. भारत माता को हम कैसे मरने देंगे? ये तो संसद की कार्रवाई का हत्या जो शब्द है ना, वो मुझे लगता है ये प्रॉपर शब्द भी नहीं है. राहुल गांधी जी को कब डिस्टर्ब किया जी? आप पूरा वीडियो देखिए, बहुत शांति से बोल रहे हैं वो.
Earlier, the Congress alleged the Sunset TV gave less screen time to Mr. Gandhi when he was speaking in the Lok Sabha yesterday. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi today rebutted allegations levelled by Aam Aadmi Party's Rajya Sabha member Raghav Chadha against BJP of conspiring against him. The minister said Mr. Chadha used other members' names without the consent while moving a motion in Rajya Sabha to send Delhi Services Bill to the Select Committee.
उल्टा चोर ने कोतवाल को डाका, ऐसे एक हिंदी में कहावत है, ऐसे बात कर रहे बिना पूछे हुए किसी का नाम लेते हैं। रूल में बहुत क्लियर है उनका कंसेंट लेना, कंसेंट नहीं लिया है तो ऑन रिकॉर्ड हमारे एमपीज और बाकी पार्टी का एमपीज भी बताते हैं। बाद में भी कॉन्स्पिरेसी, केजरीवाल जी का ट्रेनिंग बहुत अच्छा हो गया उनको।
On the other hand, Dr. M. Thambidurai of the AIA-DMK said he has complained to the chairman about Raghav Chadda using his name without consent. He was talking to the media outside the parliament today.
Then in that case, how can my name somebody can use without my consent? That is all. I am not against anyone. I am not against Chadda or anyone. I am telling whoever misuse my name. It is a privilege to me. That privilege I have given notice to them. And whoever involved that, let the chairman take action. I am not mentioning this man, that man. That is not my. I was a presiding officer 15 years. You know that.
In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces arrested 3 terrorist associates in Budgam district today. Official sources said police, along with Army's 62 Rashtriya Rifles, arrested 3 terrorist associates linked with the banned Lashkar-e-Toiba terror outfit in Khan Sahab area of the district. A case under relevant sections of law has been registered at Khan Sahab police station and investigation has been initiated. US President Joe Biden has signed an executive order banning American investments in key technology industries that could be used to enhance Beijing's military capabilities. President Biden declared the move a national emergency to deal with the threat of advancement by countries of concern in sensitive technologies and products critical to the military, intelligence, surveillance or cyber-enabled capabilities of such countries. The order will ban venture capital and private equity firms from investing money into Chinese efforts to make semiconductors and other microelectronics, quantum computers and certain artificial intelligence applications. In a statement, the U.S. Treasury Department said the Biden administration is committed to keeping America safe and defending national security through appropriately protecting technologies that are critical to the next generation of military innovation. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has replaced his Chief of General Staff Park Soo-il. Park was replaced by General Ri Yong-gil, who previously served as a defense minister. According to reports, North Korean leader has instructed military to be prepared in case of war. Kim has also directed to conduct drills with country's latest weapons and equipment. World Lion Day has been celebrated today. The day is observed on the 10th of August every year to raise awareness about the conservation and protection of lions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed his appreciation for World Lion Day, emphasizing the significance of honoring these majestic creatures known for their strength and grandeur. In a tweet, the Prime Minister expressed India's pride in hosting the Asiatic lions. He also highlighted that there has been a steady rise in the lion population in the country. Indian Meteorological Department IMD has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall in Uttarakhand, Bihar, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh to the next 4 days. Isolated heavy rainfall is also likely over Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh during the next 3 days. Key domestic benchmark indices declined more than 0.5% in afternoon trade amid mixed global cues. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange fell 418 points to trade at 65,578 a short while ago. On similar lines, Nifty 50 at the National Stock Exchange dropped 110 points to trade at 19,523 around the same time. In hockey, India will take on Japan in the semi-finals of the Asian Champions Trophy in Chennai tomorrow. Malaysia will face South Korea in the other last 4 clash at the same venue. Yesterday, India outclassed Pakistan 4-0 to finish the league stage at the top. The Indian side finished the league stage as the only unbeaten team in the tournament. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. RBI keeps repo rate unchanged at 6.5% to introduce framework allowing borrowers to switch to fixed interest rates from floating interest rates. Central Bank raises per transaction limit for UPI Lite to 500 rupees from existing 200 rupees to promote digital transactions. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says despite global headwinds, India is among the fastest growing economies in the world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reply to no confidence motion in the Lok Sabha around 4 p.m. today. And US President Joe Biden bans American investments in key technology industries that could enhance China's military capabilities. And with that, we end the Midday News.